Hi, today I want to talk about why you might need an effects loop in your guitar amp. Now you don't always need an effects loop in your guitar amp, let me be clear about that. If you don't use effects, for instance, you probably don't need one. If you get all your overdrive from pedals, you probably don't need one. But if you like the overdrive in your amp and you want to use that in conjunction with time-based effects, so things like delay and reverb, specifically things that, effects that have some kind of decay to them, then an effects loop is very useful for that. And I'm going to demonstrate this with a delay pedal. I've got a Carbon Copy by MXR analog delay. And what you'll notice is that when you're running the delay in front of the amp with, the amp set to overdrive, then you're going to get, it's going to sound a lot like you're just playing the same note repeatedly at the same level. So you're not going to get that kind of natural decay that the effect has. And that's because you're compressing everything. You're compressing the delayed notes as well, because that's what an overdriven sound is. It's very compressed. And you'll hear that very clearly in the demonstration I'm going to give in a moment. But yeah, listen out for that. When the delay is in the effects loop, you're going to hear that natural decaying envelope of the delayed notes, and the delayed notes are going to have a lot less of an attack to them. So let's check it out. So I think you heard the difference quite clearly there, didn't you? And in that kind of contrived example, it didn't sound that bad having the delay in front of the amp rather than in the loop. And I think generally when you are using the delay, using the rhythm of the delay and sort of building your whatever you're playing, your part around that, it can kind of work almost like having a loop pedal, But if you just want to have the delay as kind of a background effect, more as replacement for like a reverb or something like that, where you want the delayed notes to be more of a background thing and you want them to decay evenly, nicely, that kind of thing, then it is useful to have the delay in the effects loop. And I'm just going to play a piece now to demonstrate that. Right, so I think the difference was pretty clear there, and it's always useful, I think, to have an effects loop, even if you don't always use it. It gives you the option of using the overdrive of your amp in conjunction with delay in that scenario. You can always have a delay in front of your amp as well if you want a different effect. But the effects loop, you know, contrary to what some people think, in a well-designed effects loop, your tone is not going to be affected if you don't use the effects loop. You know, there's a lot of myths going on the internet about things like that, and also about master volumes for some reason. You know, there's no reason not to have a master volume, and there's also no reason not to have an effects loop, really. It's just useful. Unless, you know, of course, if you know you're never going to use it, then, you know, fair enough, you don't need it. But it's useful to have it there just in case. And it's also useful because it gives you a direct output from your preamp and a direct line input to your power amp, which can be useful for various routing configurations. You know, if you want to run a stereo rig or whatever, it can be quite useful there too. So, you know, there are a lot of benefits to having an effects loop, and there are no drawbacks. So yeah, let me know what you think of effects loops. Do you use them, and how? And any creative ideas you have about using the effects loop? I'd be interested to know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, if you want to see more videos like this. Check me out on Instagram at Rajani Amps. Check me out online at rajaniamps.com. Hope to see you next time.